Hello, my name is Azure Kayaks and welcome to my channel, Stories from Azure Kayaks. Today we're going to be reading Dragoons the Awakening, Chapter 12, Part 3. With that said, let us get started. Chapter 12, Part 3. Start. Drako has a moment to himself and doesn't think he can kill the Wyvern Hawk without his spear. Drako sees the blood oozing out of Soul's side. Drako regains his resolve. Drako starts walking toward the Wyvern Hawk. Badass as fuck. The Wyvern Hawk rushes Drako. Drako goes for a straight shot punch right at the Wyvern Hawk. The Wyvern Hawk uses its beak to block it, stunning Drako, sending him backwards a bit. The Wyvern Hawk backs up and slams its foot on Drako, pinning Drako between the Wyvern Hawk's talons. The Wyvern Hawk roars at Soul. Damn it! I'm gonna have to do this again, Soul yells to himself. The Wyvern Hawk opens its beak and gets ready to bite Soul. You will not get my friend, Drako yells out, confusing the Wyvern Hawk. Drako grabs one of the Wyvern Hawk's talons. Using all of his strength, Drako breaks the Wyvern Hawk's talon and then rips its toe claw off. Caw, 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 quack! The Wyvern Hawk jumps off Drako, and as it's jumping back, it lands on its foot, missing the toe. Feeling the pain of landing on its injured foot, the Wyvern Hawk falls on its back, aching. Drako stands up, holding the Wyvern Hawk's talon in his hand. The shield bubble dissipates. Soul? Drako says and turns to look around. I'm fine. Finish it, Drako! Soul yells out. Soul makes tiny bubble shields in the shape of stairs going toward and up the Wyvern Hawk. Drako runs up the stairs and jumps on top of the Wyvern Hawk's chest. The Wyvern Hawk, feeling Drako land on top of him, stops and stares at Drako with its one eye. Drako looks at the Wyvern Hawk, holding its talon at the ready. The Wyvern Hawk stares at Drako. Drako says, I got your toe! Drako yells out and uses the talon of the Wyvern Hawk to slit its throat. The Wyvern Hawk rolls over, kicking Drako off, and it tries to fly away. After about 20 feet and 6 or 7 flaps, it falls back to the ground. Blood everywhere. Drako gets up and checks the Wyvern Hawk. It's dead, Drako says, then looks at Soul. Oh, thank Jesus Christ, Soul says and falls down. Drako walks over, holding the talon. Jesus Christ? Drako says, confused. Oh, right. He doesn't exist here. Never mind, Drako. Soul says, then touches his side, looking at the blood. Shit, are you alright? Drako says, getting closer to Soul and leaning down. I'm fine. But my question is, what the hell was that? Soul says. What do you mean? Drako says, confused. I got your toe? Soul says, confused. What? I wanted to say something cool before I killed the Wyvern Hawk. Drako says, embarrassed. How was that cool? Soul says and starts laughing. Drako sits down with Soul. Shut up! I only had like 5 seconds to come up with something to say. Drako says and starts laughing. Drako, the Wyvern Slayer, master of toes, Soul says, waving his hands in the air and laughing. Drako and Soul bust out laughing and smiling and joking around. After a good minute or two of having a good time, Soul stands up and walks a bit away from Drako. What's wrong, Soul? Drako says and stands up. Soul looks around and smiles. I did it. Time's still moving, Soul says to himself. Drako just stares at Soul, confused. Now that we're not in danger, just who are you, Soul? Drako says. I told you, Drako, I'm a keeper. But now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't say anything more, Soul says. Drako just stares, wondering, pondering who this Soul is. Thank you, Drako. I didn't think I'd make a friend here, Soul says. Well, you saved my life and we killed the Wyvern Hawk together. In my book, we're friends, Drako says. Well, next time don't fall to your death, okay, Draco? Soul says with a chuckle. I won't. I'll use magic and pop that shield thing you do. Draco says with a laugh. Yeah. Why didn't you do that? Soul says. What? Draco says confused. Why didn't you use magic the whole fight? Soul says confused. I can't use magic, Draco says confused. You're a dragoon, Draco. Dragoons can use magic, Soul says. Draco stays quiet and ponders this for a second. Have you never tried? Soul says. How do you even start to use magic? Draco asks. Well, it's a feeling. You have to feel it, Soul says. What does that even mean? How do you feel magic? Draco says. Soul does a thinking pose. Okay, you know how you're turning into your dragoon form? That's magic, Soul says. Draco looks at his body. It's still in its dragoon form, but it's slowly turning back to normal. It is? Also, it's not called my dragoon form, Draco says, correcting Soul. Yes, that's what magic feels like, and okay, what's it called then? Soul says. Draco thinks for a second, making a pose. Scale form, Draco says. Dragoon form sounds a lot better, Soul says. Man, what do you know? You're not a dragoon, Draco says. Fine, whatever, scale form, sure, but Draco, that is magic, that feeling. You just have to learn its flow and change its effect. Soul says. Change its effect. To what? Draco says. I don't know. Whatever type of magic you need, I guess? Soul says. Draco thinks for a second, not really understanding. How am I supposed to do magic if I can't even activate my dragoon form? My scale form on command, Draco says. Maybe you're fighting against yourself, Soul says. What do you mean? Draco says confused. Well, have you accepted yourself as a dragoon? Like, have you told anybody else or tried to show anybody your powers? Soul says. No, not really. Why does that matter? Draco says. It probably doesn't, but magic is like believing, and you have to believe in yourself and what you can do, Soul says. Draco stays quiet. I don't know, Draco. I'm just saying, I believe you can do magic if you want to, Soul says. Draco looks at his hands, watching them slowly turn back to normal. Well, it's time for me to go, Soul says. Draco looks at Soul's wound. My village is nearby. You could come with me and I can get you some healing or something with the doctor, Draco says. No, it's fine. I'm alright. I'm injured, but that's okay. I should auto-heal when I get back, Soul says. What? Draco says confused. Nothing. I gotta go, Soul says, starting to walk into the forest. Wait, Draco says. Soul stops. You saved my life, Soul. I have to give you something, Draco says. You don't have to, Soul says. Draco walks up to Soul. I feel like I have to, Draco says. Draco takes a moment to think of what to give Soul. Draco realizes the perfect thing. Draco takes off his adamant circlet. Here, Draco says. Draco hands Soul the adamant circlet. Soul stares at the circlet. Thank you, Draco, Soul says. May we meet again, Soul, Draco says. Yeah, I feel like we will, Draco, Soul says while staring at the circlet. Soul puts on the circlet. Soul walks away a bit. Oh yeah, don't forget to get Wenry that cilantro, Draco, Soul says and waves goodbye. Oh shit, Wenry, Draco says to himself and looks around himself. Draco turns around to where Soul was. Thanks, Draco says and sees Soul's gone. Wait, how did Soul know Wenry? Was he in the village when we were kids? Draco says to himself. Draco tries to find Soul in his memories but can't. Draco looks up into the sky. Damn, it's been hours. Stupid wyvern hawk, Draco says and looks at the dead wyvern hawk. I need to find that cilantro and go to Wenry. She has to be up by now, right? Yeah, it's been days. I don't even know what I'm gonna say to her. Hi, How are you? How do you feel? Happy you're not dead? These are all bad. I should just find the Cilantro and give her that. That should be good enough, Draco thinks to himself. Draco gets a wide smile. Chapter 12. You saved my life. I have to give you something. End. Thank you, my fellow Vokaijin, for listening. Remember, if you like my videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share with your friends. I love that. Just a warning / heads up for you. I will not be uploading any more episodes of Dragoons The Awakening for a while. The character Soul is actually a very important character. I actually have to start his timeline, his story timeline, so I will not be able to upload any more Dragoons The Awakening for a bit. Sorry about that. But don't worry, I will finish the story, but I just need to get the Soul story. You'll see when I upload it. Get the Soul story up to this point where he meets Draco. You know, timelines and whatnot. Everything has to make sense and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate you, my fellow Vokaijin. This is Azure Kayak signing off. I will see you guys in the next one. And yeah.